Good morning. Waiting for the dings. How you guys doing? So I am so happy that I sold my Bitcoin at a short-term high, and I kept my Ethereum, which hit a new high. I don't know what the exact high was, but recently it was around $515. It's around 511 right now, according to GDAX. And Litecoin went crazy. I did buy a little bit more Litecoin in the past week, and I forget exactly what I bought it at, but around 100. And I am so happy Litecoin is up because I did recommend my buddy to buy Litecoin, and he bought some around the $70 mark. So he is up more than 100% on his investment in like a week or two. So I'm happy that he's making money. And I am giving away one Litecoin, so it's a good thing I have a bunch of these things. So very excited about that. So I don't know what to talk about in this video. I'm just thinking that Bitcoin kind of gets all the attention, and I was looking into futures yesterday, and I do understand how futures work. I'm not sure that everyone understands. Futures are a contract between two parties. So a lot of people, when you see comments in cryptocurrency forums, they're talking about futures, they're talking about shorting, they're talking about people that are going long and going short. And from the comments, I can tell that they don't really understand how futures work. So a futures contract is a contract between two people, and it's guaranteeing the price of a certain commodity, in this case, Bitcoin. So it would guarantee that one person delivers exactly one Bitcoin to a person at a certain date in the future. It's a contract. So the person that is the person buying the commodity would be called going long, and the person that would be selling the commodity would be considered going short. And this contract, I don't know the exact prices and dates that these are going to have, but from what I was reading, it's going to be settled in cash on a daily basis. So the buyers and sellers of the contract are never going to have to actually touch Bitcoin. So one of my investing ideas is, since I am not too sure that I want to get more involved in Bitcoin over $15,000, what if you invest in CBOE, Chicago Board of Options and Exchange? As many of you know that have been watching a few of my videos, I love to invest in options, and you can invest in the CBOE directly. You can buy common stock in the CBOE. So currently, I don't know what the share price is right now. I wasn't exactly planning on talking about it. Let's see. I'll just Google it real quick. And let's see, it's $125 a share right now. And I was reading the earnings call statement last night because I'm a nerd and that's what I do. And they are growing nicely. They have about 10% more transaction volume. And they are a growing company. And the reason why I like this approach is because in this situation, it seems like people are very excited about Bitcoin, and they are going to be trading futures. And the more volume, the more trades people make, the more money CBOE makes. CBOE is short for Chicago Board Options and Exchange. Yeah, so I like the idea of investing and making money based on the volume of trades instead of actually betting on the price appreciation. In this scenario, the price of Bitcoin could actually go down, but more people are trading it, more people are trading futures, and the CBOE makes more money. And I think indirectly, the CBOE will make more money because of just all the articles about futures. And I think that will get more and more people into trading options and trading futures. And this company already seems to have a tailwind. Over the last year, it's up something like 70%. It was a like $70 stock about a year ago. And if you look at the one-year chart, this is a terrific company to invest in regardless of Bitcoin. But I think because of all the talk about Bitcoin, every single article, this stock has really grown to a very nice valuation. It's a high valuation, around 70 times earnings. But it does have fundamentals to back it up. And I don't think the chatter about Bitcoin is going away anytime soon. So I think this is a really interesting trade. And for someone that doesn't want to invest in Bitcoin directly, but they do want to benefit from all the hype around Bitcoin, I think this would be a fantastic trade. I'm not giving you investment advice. I'm just telling you what I am probably going to do myself. Also, I think another route is just to plainly invest in Ether or Litecoin. I know both of them are up a big amount over the last 24 hours, especially Litecoin, which is up like 70%. A day ago, it was like $98. Now it's like $168. So it is over 1% of a Bitcoin again. Bitcoin's around 15,000. And so 168 is more than 150. So I'm not sure this is the exact moment you want to get into Litecoin, but in general, Ether and Litecoin, if you look at the long-term trend, have kind of followed Bitcoin. Not quite. Bitcoin has outpaced them. But Bitcoin is also getting a lot of the attention for futures. And there's no reason why, if Bitcoin futures are successful and CBOE successfully executes all these transactions, and I'm sure they'll have a little bit problems with liquidity in the beginning, maybe, but whatever problems they have in the first few days, if they have those ironed out, and this whole experiment is very successful and they're making money at it, then I don't see a reason why Ether won't have futures, and Litecoin also will have a futures market. I mean, just looking at coinmarketcap.com, Litecoin, which is the 6th biggest cryptocurrency, has an $8.5 billion market cap. So that is certainly big enough to have futures contracts on. There are many smaller markets that have futures contracts on them. And Litecoin with an $8.5 billion market cap, that is just tremendous. I remember back a few months ago, the market cap was, I think, around $3 billion. And Litecoin was about $50. So Litecoin has really done nicely for itself. And I think this might be the better trade than buying Bitcoin itself, because all the good news for Bitcoin seems to be priced in. I mean, just a week ago, it was around 10,000 a week ago. And 2 to 3 weeks ago, people were scared Bitcoin Cash was going to take over. So the run-up in Bitcoin is just like nothing that we've ever seen before. And for those of you looking for kind of like the hidden trade, or the thing that nobody else sees, and I say that with a grain of salt because I know Ethereum and Litecoin are up really nice too, but nowhere near the terms of Bitcoin. And I don't hear anyone talking about trading futures on Ethereum, or Ether, that is, and I don't hear anyone talking about trading futures on Litecoin. So I think within the next year, once they do start talking about trading futures on those two currencies, or commodities, or whatever you want to call them, stores of value, I think this will be a really nice trade. I think if Bitcoin can reach 15,000, I don't see why Ethereum can't reach the probably $1,500 level. I think being worth 0.1 Bitcoins is very reasonable. And I don't know if that's going to come because Bitcoin drops or Ethereum moves up, or I'm not really trying to predict the future, but I think that Ethereum in general will move up when more people start talking about it. And people are talking about it, but when it becomes mainstream conversation, when the CBOE starts talking about getting futures in Ether and futures in Litecoin, I think we're really going to see a rise in the prices of these two currencies. So thanks for listening today. Thanks for watching. I personally am not going to be investing any more in Ether or Litecoin at this point right now, but on Monday morning, I am probably going to buy a few shares of CBOE, and I'm probably going to buy 1 or 2 options, 1 or 2 call options on CBOE dated 1 year or more. And it looks like there's chance for tremendous returns. if you buy an option in CBOE and it goes from the 125 range to the 150 range, or 160 or 170 range over the course of a year, which if you look at the trend of the chart, it is a nice, smooth, upward trending chart, and you have lots of potential to make money. So by buying the stock, I would guess that you have a chance to make 20 or 30% return on your money. And by buying the option, or buying two options, I will be hoping to make well over 100% on my money within the next year. And that is because I expect the volume of trades to increase regardless of the price of the commodity, regardless of the price of the underlying commodity. So thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I love you guys listening to this. I love hearing myself talk just so I can get ideas out and see if they sound stupid. So anyway, bye.